Pastor Mike Montgomery here in the study, and I was reading this Sunday morning in John chapter 11. Jesus heals or raises Lazarus from the dead, and of course he comes to Mary and Martha, and they are torn with their grief and their belief in who Jesus is, and of course Jesus gives those powerful words, "I am the resurrection and the life." Then he says, "Where have you laid him?" And so they take him to the tomb, and of course the shortest verse in the Bible, Jesus wept, and he weeps over what took place and the grief, no doubt human grief of what he dealt with, of loss of Lazarus, and also looking at the unbelief of those around him. But then Jesus says something unique here about the stone that is covering Lazarus' tomb. He says, "Roll the stone away." And of course the objection immediately is, "Lord, he's been dead 4 days. He stinks by now." And the question was, the statement was, "Roll the stone away." And as we consider rolling that stone away, Jesus didn't need the stone rolled away to heal or to raise Lazarus from the dead. And yet he commanded them to roll the stone away. Why were they called to roll the stone away? Well, I think the very reason of their objection was the reason he wanted it rolled away. He stank. And they wanted the stone rolled away. Jesus wanted it clear that what was on the inside was dead. And what he was about to do was give life where death was. And it was very clear to every person when that stone was rolled back. And he tells them then, "Hey, loose him and let him go." Now, as we go into the work of ministry and we're trying to encourage our coworkers and our family and all the work we're doing, we have the job of rolling the stone away. And there's a sense in which we go and we expose what is with the gospel. We preach the message. We can loose them and let them go, help them in their process of unbinding them. But ultimately, it's only Jesus that gives life to those who are dead. And that's our call, And I thought that also applies to my own process of sanctification. God's looking at me and saying, "Hey, Mike, what is it that you're not willing to be honest with me about? What do you have a stone rolled in front of?" And he's challenging me, "Hey, roll the stone away, and then I can bring life to that. When you will expose it in your life and you'll be honest with it, then I can deal with it. And when I refuse to be honest with what's going on, then God's not going to do it." And I thought the statement that came to my mind, God, here's what I wrote in my journal. He won't resurrect what we won't expose. God will not resurrect what we won't expose. And so there's a sense in which we have to be honest with God. We have to roll the stone away. Yeah, it's going to stink. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. But we roll it away. And once we've come face to face with the fact that what's on the inside is dead, then he brings life to it by his grace. And so I hope it'll be an encouragement to you today. We'll see you next time in the study.